Welcome. So apart from grammar and literature section, today I am going to take another section. So what is that? That is writing section. As we know that there are 4 skills that are very important when we used to talk about language learning. So they are listening, speaking, reading and writing. So let us start with our writing skill. And the topic that we will be covering in writing skill is notice writing, that how to write a notice. So welcome to English Conspectus. Now let us see that what are our content that we are going to discuss today. So that is notice. I will be telling you what is the meaning of notice and when to write. Next is format, that how to write content, what to write in the notice, and finally sample of notice. So now let's get started. Notice. Notice is an announcement which is circulated in the written form to give some important formal information to a large group of people working in an organization such as school, college and office. So here it means that it is an formal information shared with a group of people. Now here you can find that the word etc. Now what does this mean, etc? You might have came across several times and most of you pronunciate this word as etc. or etc. Okay. So what is the correct pronunciation? The correct pronunciation is etc. because this is the word, this is a Latin word which means and other similar things or and so forth. Okay. And how to pronunciate this? Etc. And this is the spelling etcetera. Okay. So not to pronunciate it etc. like extra things or any such kind of thing. So etc. is the correct pronunciation and its correct meaning. So why do we write notice? This is the question that comes, that why, what is the need of writing notice? So a notice is written to give information about the various things, like when there is a sports event conducted or a cultural event, or giving information about meeting or conference that is going to be held, or declaration of holidays, which is your best part, which you used to always keep on waiting, that declaration of holidays, and change in rules and regulations. So if there is any change in the timetable or any kind of thing, so that is also provided through notice. Or is there any, if there is any vacancy like job vacancy, that also you can find in the newspaper. So the best task for you is that you have to go and search newspaper, and from that newspaper you have to find the columns where you will be getting the notices. Okay. And you have to find that what are the topics on which notices are written, and you may collect it and paste in your writing book, that wherever you used to write the writing section. Okay. So that you will be having an idea that how to write a notice. Now let's move forward and talk about format, that how to write a notice. So the very initial thing and the most important thing that you have to keep in your mind is that you have to put your notice in a box. Okay. So putting a notice in a box is a very essential thing that most of the students used to skip this, and due to which they don't score the full mark. And first thing that you have to write is name of the institution or the organization that is publishing the notice. Next comes notice, NOTICE. So this must be written, and date like 5th May 2020. So at that time, whenever you will be writing date, no need to mention this first one like DATE. You may directly start by writing 5 May 2020. No need to write DATE, date. Okay. Many of you used to commit mistake while writing the date. You used to write in a very the manner which is not accepted, like 5/5/2020. Okay. So this is not the appropriate way to write the date. You have to always follow the first one. Next comes heading. Okay. So heading must be very catchy because that is the main, we can say, that soul of the notice, from which we can find that about what a notice is written. Next comes content. We will be discussing that what to write in a content. And last one is signature, name and designation. So when we are going to conclude this, that time we have to write that signature, name and designation. So this date, signature, name and designation, this all things will be falling on the same margin at the extreme left hand side. So first of all you have to write the signature, then name, and then comes the designation, because whenever you will be seeing any notice published from any government official, that time you are going to find that always signature is above the name, and then at last what you are going to find is the designation. So you have to keep in your mind all these things. Now let's move forward, like points to remember while writing a notice. So first point is, put your notice in a box. Second, name of the institution's notice and heading must be written in capital letters. So always to write these three things in capital letters. Keep it brief. It means that the content you have to keep it very brief, precise and well structured. It means that to the point you have to write. Keep it formal and no need to use any informal language. Give it an eye-catching heading. So give it an eye-catching heading. So the heading must be very attractive. Name and designation is mandatory along with the signature, so not to forget that. Always write in third person form. Avoid writing first person like I, we and the second person you. I, we, like they used to write I, then they will be writing their name, cultural secretary of this school would like to inform you that our dance program is going to be held on these dates, and they will be keep on writing. So no need to write I, because your designation is given, everyone knows that who are you, even you will be writing your name at the end. So no need to increase your the words by writing all these things, because these are not correct, and even this is not going to give a correct impression in the examiner's mind. So try to avoid using first person and second person, always write it with the third person. Now comes the content, that there are 5 W's that are very important to keep in your mind whenever you used to write anything. Okay, so in notice also these are very important. The first one is what. So in this what, whenever we will be writing that what, so that time you have to write that event, about the event, or the heading that about what this notice is written. Where, so what comes where, it means that you have to tell about the place where it is going to take place. Like suppose if I give you example that you are Rajat or Rajni, you are the cultural secretary and you have to write a notice inviting students for dance competition. So that time what will be coming the place or where, so the place where this dance competition is going to be held, like school auditorium or dance room or music room or any such kind of place. So where comes the venue. And when, what to write in when, the date and time when it is going to take place, like the date and time. Who, so who are the participants, so you may write that interested students of class 6 to 8 may participate in this competition, and whom to contact. And what comes in whom, the fifth W, it means that whom. So here it means that to whom to contact, like you may write that you may contact to the undersigned. And also in this time you have to avoid writing please contact, for further information please contact the class teacher, because this gives a very like this is the traditional method, and in most of the notices you are going to find this. So try to skip this in order to make your notice unique, because if you are assigned with some post, like if you are the cultural secretary or you are the science secretary, it itself means that teachers have made you or given you a particular designation. So why to bother the teachers? So just try to write, for further information please inform or contact the undersigned. So this is going to do that, whatever the thing you need to write. So moving next, sample notice. So this is the sample notice that I have provided. So now let us talk about the question, that when to write these kind of notice. So the question is, you are the literary secretary of your school. So what is your designation? So you may find your designation from here, that you are the literary secretary of your school. The school is organizing a storytelling competition. Now again you are finding that about what you have to write the notice. So this you have to keep in mind, that you have to write a notice inviting the students to take part in a storytelling competition. Next, draft a notice inviting names from the students participating in the competition. You are Marie or Marcus. So what is your name? Your name is Maria or Marcus. Okay, in this thing one thing is missing, and that is name of the school. Okay, you can't find the name of the school anywhere. So that's why what you are going to write, because in the board examination it is not allowed to write name of the school or your name. So this must be in practice from the very initial dates, so that you will be avoiding such mistakes. So at that time, name of the institution, what you are going to write, ABC school. And if this name is not given, like Mary and Marcus, then what you will be writing at the place of name, you will be writing ABC, literary secretary, and above you may put any signature. So first comes the name of the institution that we are seeing over here, then you have to leave one line gap, then you have to write notice, and this all things must be in capital letter, like name of the institute, notice, and the heading. Then comes date, so no need to mention DATE in front of this 5th May. Okay, you have to directly write 5th May 2020, and this date, name of institution, and heading is written only for your understanding. So no need to write in your notice whenever you will be writing, because this is only to make you understand, and this all things must be in capital letters, like ABC school, notice, and storytelling competition. And after that again leave one line, and keep in mind that these things will be coming in middle, but this date and the content you will be starting from the extreme left hand corner. Don't start the school writing the school is organizing from here. Okay, you have to always write the school from this side. So the school is organizing a storytelling competition on 28th May 2020 for classes 6 to 8. Students are free to choose any theme. There will be 2 qualifying rounds, and then selected students will be sent further to represent our school. Okay, now this much is not enough, we have to add some more points, because you can't find the designation and whom to contact. Okay, so this all things you will be seeing in the next slide. Now yes, here you can find that. So the best part to make it very attractive is that you can write these 3 things separately after writing a paragraph about introducing that what your notice is about, and then you can give these initial and essential information over here, like venue, where it is going to be conducted, literary court or literary club, and date, so 28th May 2020 it is going to be held at this date. And what is the time? So time is 10 AM to 12 PM this competition will be held. And finally you may write that interested candidates are requested to submit their names to the undersigned before 20 May 2020. So here you are just providing one deadline, so that the students will be giving their names to you at the before the deadline, so that you may do the necessary arrangement. And again here you will be putting your signature, then your name, Marie, and if your name is not given, so you may simply write ABC, and finally you will be writing with the designation, that what is your designation. And also there are many kind of notices, like lost, found, articles, or a person. So notices, a notice like that you may find even in the newspaper. You may find that about that some person are lost or they are missing, so you may find the missing column. Okay, and also you may find notice over meeting and events, and the third type are excursion or tours that your school or colleges used to take, so that also you are going to find. So the thing that we discussed earlier, that 5 W's, now we will be saying that how it works. So what was the first W that we discussed? It was what. So what the notice is about? So this notice is about a storytelling competition. Next comes where it is going to be held. So it is going to be held there at literary court or the literary club. Next is when. So when, it means date, 28th May 2020. Next is who. In who, it means that who can participate. So who can participate in this? Like participants, who are the participants? So we can write that for classes 6 to 8. So what comes under who? That for classes 6 to 8, that these students can participate in this storytelling competition. Next is whom. So And when we used to talk about whom, so it means that whom to contact if there is any doubt or anything. So in last lines you have find that interested candidates are requested to submit their names to the undersigned before 20 May 2020. So this along with the designation, it comes under the whom. It means that whom to contact. So that's all in this notice writing. I hope you understood and this was beneficial for you. So if you really like the video, you may press the like button and subscribe to the channel. So that's it. Thank you.